Welcome back to the Ancestral Findings podcast. Ireland keeps Christmas differently than any other place in Europe. The season is gentle and warm, shaped by faith, storytelling, and a sense of home that runs far deeper than decorations or gifts. Many Irish traditions were formed under hardship, centuries of poverty, political turmoil, and emigration, yet the Irish Christmas never lost its sense of light. It carries a tone of quiet welcome, a belief in hospitality, and the feeling that Christmas should gather everyone, living and gone, around the same hearth. For many families in the United States with Irish roots, pieces of these traditions survived immigration. A candle glowing in a window on Christmas Eve, a special loaf of bread, a midnight walk to church, or even a song older than the towns their ancestors left. To understand Irish Christmas customs is to understand something tender and resilient about the Irish people themselves. If there is one symbol that defines an Irish Christmas, it is the candle placed in the front window on Christmas Eve. This candle is more than decoration. Traditionally, it is a welcome for Mary and Joseph, symbolizing a home that would not turn them away. It is a sign of hospitality, meaning no traveler should be left outside. It is also a remembrance of loved ones who emigrated, especially during the 19th century. During the centuries when Catholic worship was restricted in Ireland, families often used this candle as a quiet sign of faith. A wandering priest might see the light and know the home was safe to visit. Many Irish immigrants continued this practice in America, keeping the candle as a link to faith, family, and homeland. Irish Christmas Eve traditions are calm and devotional. In many towns and villages, the streets grow still as families prepare for midnight mass. These services are some of the most beloved in Irish Christianity, filled with candlelight, familiar carols, and scripture readings from the Nativity. For generations, families walked together through winter darkness toward their local church, sometimes traveling long distances. The walk itself became part of the ritual, a reminder of the journey to Bethlehem and the quiet anticipation of Christ's birth. After Mass, families often returned home for a simple meal, tea shared with neighbors, the lighting of the Christmas candle, and the reading of the Nativity story. Some stayed awake into the early hours, believing that Christmas Eve is a holy night when heaven feels close. Christmas Day in Ireland is centered on family, rest, and the warmth of the table. Food traditions vary by region, but common features include roast goose or turkey, with goose being traditional in rural families and turkey becoming more common in the 20th century. Spiced beef is a specialty of Cork and surrounding counties. Potatoes and root vegetables reflect Ireland's agricultural history and simple home cooking. Irish Christmas pudding, similar to English plum pudding but often prepared with local variations, is also part of the meal. For many Irish families, Christmas Day includes visiting neighbors and sharing portions of the meal with anyone in need, a long-standing expression of Irish hospitality. One of Ireland's most distinctive traditions appears not on Christmas Day, but on December 26th, known as St. Stephen's Day. In several parts of Ireland, especially the West, groups known as wren boys, dressed in colorful costumes, played music, and went door to door carrying a symbolic wren. The wren is tied to ancient Irish legend, though interpretations vary. Some trace the tradition to old winter rituals, others link it to early Christian symbolism. The wren boys sang songs, danced, and collected small donations to host village gatherings or give to charity. Irish immigrants sometimes brought versions of this custom to America, especially in musical communities. While many Americans treat December 25th as the end of the holiday, Ireland continues celebrating through January 6th, known as Little Christmas or Women's Christmas, Nollaig Namban. Traditionally, women gathered on this day for rest and companionship after weeks of preparing holiday meals and gatherings. Christmas decorations were not removed until January 6th, a custom many Irish Americans still follow without realizing its roots. Ireland's deep Catholic history shaped its Christmas worship. Nativity scenes, often simple and handmade, reflect the Holy Family, shepherds, local animals, angels sometimes placed in windows, and a cradle waiting for the figure of the Christ child, added after midnight Mass. In some areas, families avoided placing the baby Jesus in the crib until the moment Christmas began. This practice traveled with many immigrants. Scripture readings from the Gospels of Luke and Matthew were central to Christmas in Irish homes. Children often memorized parts of the Nativity story for school or parish performances. Ireland's Christmas season carries quiet strands of folklore that weave through rural history. Some older traditions say that animals kneel in their stalls at midnight in honor of Christ's birth. There was a sense that Christmas Eve carried blessings for the land, calm seas, silent fields, and protection from harm. Families sometimes lit candles at gravesites, honoring ancestors and weaving the remembrance of the departed into the joy of Christmas. These small practices reflect the Irish understanding of Christmas as a season when past and present touch. Irish holiday customs reveal much about family origins. A candle in the window often indicates strong Catholic identity. St. Stephen's Day gatherings can point to rural or western counties. Christmas pudding recipes may be linked to specific regions or family traditions. Nativity-centered worship reflects denominational history. Keeping celebrations through January 6th often signals older Irish practice. Stories of midnight walks to Mass can help identify a parish or townland. For Irish Americans, these customs can connect the distant past with family memories still alive today. Christmas in Ireland is shaped by welcome, quiet devotion, and a sense of home that reaches across generations. It is the glow of a candle in a window, placed there for Mary and Joseph, for travelers and for family who left for distant shores. It is the sound of midnight bells, the warmth of shared meals, and the rhythm of traditions carried forward even during hardship. For those exploring Irish ancestry, these customs hold meaning beyond their surface. They show how ancestors lived, prayed, celebrated, and carried hope through their own winters, and how they passed those values to their children, even across oceans. In learning Ireland's Christmas traditions, we discover a season shaped not only by the Nativity story, but by the Irish spirit itself, warm, welcoming, and full of heart. If you've got a hard-to-find ancestor you're stuck on, I'd love to hear about it. Just head over to ancestralfindings.com and click on Contact to send me a message. While you're there, take advantage of our free weekly genealogy lookups. Explore thousands of articles, and enjoy hundreds of podcast episodes. We've been helping family history researchers since 1995. And if you're looking for even more, check out our Genealogy Gold Q&A series over on Patreon. Thanks for listening, and as always, happy searching.